Okay, so it's been a long time since I put together a video for YouTube. I kind of just got busy working on this thing and basically didn't film pretty much the rest of building this car. I did a bunch of rust repair videos a year or two ago, and when I got close, I just started hammering on it and didn't get back to filming. So anyway, I thought I might do a quick update and walk around video. This is the 55 that I was doing all the rust repair on a couple of years ago. That I was putting up some videos here and there. It's got a 362-inch small block Chevrolet. It's a 327 block 2-bolt main deal that I put some ARP studs in. It's got a 3.56 two-stroke crank, and it's a 20 thousandths overbore, which makes it 362 cubic inches. It's got Crowler 6-inch rods. It's got JE custom forged pistons and a scat forged crank 4340. Obviously it has a tunnel ram. Those are original 660 center squirters that I've converted to cathedral float bowls. Metering blocks on both sides, and done a whole bunch of work on the idle and transition circuits and everything else to make them work on the street, and they actually work really, really well on the street. The motor's got 11.6:1 compression. It's got a set of old Pro Action 220 heads that have been ported a bunch. They have 205 1600 valves, and the intake's also been port matched and ported to the heads. It's just got a set of 1 5/8 headers. Those made the best torque and about the same horsepower on the dyno. Running a mechanical fuel pump, just a big Holley 170 gallon per hour deal. Couple of in parallel regulators, and really a basic setup. The motor runs really well on the dyno. It made 505 horsepower at about 6,700 RPMs. I generally will shift it somewhere around 7,200 or so. It will easily turn 8,000 and has on a bunch of occasions. I got the rev limiter set at 7,500 right now though. I'm running a Delta PAG fan setup, which works really well to keep it cool. It runs about 180, 185 in the hot Texas heat here. I just had it out this morning at a show, and it's probably 90 degrees, and it was didn't have any trouble there. One wire alternator. I put a whole new harness in the car, front to back. I'm running just the standard kind of Corvette dual master cylinder. It's discs up front, drums in the back. With the line lock, it's got a hydraulic clutch setup. It's got a little weep hole on top that when you get down on it, it'll spritz out some brake fluid, so I just have that covered. So that's kind of the motor piece of it. The front end is the inside of it's all painted with that SEM hot rod black, as well as the firewall. And underneath it looks the same too, all the way down. I didn't do anything to the outside. Obviously, it's got all the original kind of patina. Those are an American Racing torque thrust. It's a 4.5-inch wheel, 15 by 4.5. It's the vintage straight spoke style. The rear wheels are actually an old original magnesium torque thrust. That's why they're dark colored. They're 15 by 8.5, and I'm running strange 31 spline axles with a Detroit locker in the rear with a 486 gear. It's a 4.9-inch. It's also got a strange nodular center section under it. I'll go back under here. Obviously radius the wheel wells, because I just like the way they look. Gives it a good look. I prefer no back bumper, so that's how I run it. I'll get under here and show all this. I'm running the Calvert Racing single monoleaf springs made for a 55 Chevy. Right now I've got some QA1 single adjustable shocks under it, as well as the Caltrax bars. So it's a real straightforward setup. The exhaust is an X-pipe, 3-inch X-pipe with some cheapy, what are they called? They're kind of a knockoff MagnaFlow. Anyway, straight through muffler. And then I'm running the Mickey Thompson ET Street R bias plies with tubes, because these old wheels will leak eventually. So I'm running tubes in them. They're a 28, 11, 50, 15. and they're, I don't know, they're probably sitting here at about 11 and a half pounds right now. So that's kind of that. Cutoff switch, the battery's mounted in the trunk. I'll open that up. It is a two-door, it is a hardtop, an actual hardtop. It was originally a Bel Air. That's all the correct trim for it. Inside, I did have a cage put in by Walker Pro Motorsports here in Austin, where I'm at. It's got the swing out door bars, which I honestly never use, but they're there in case we want to. Interior, it's just got the bench seat in it. That's it. The rear won't fit, you know, with all this stuff going on here. Block off plate just there for the back. Running the harness bar and stuff. It's just a 6-point. It's legal to 10.0 the way it is. The transmission that's in it, I'll come around to the other side here. The transmission that's in it is the Tremec TKX, and it is phenomenal. I love it. It shifts wonderfully well. Really, really great. 486 gear in the back. It does, you know, it revs on the freeway a bit, but with the overdrive, you can go 70 miles an hour. It's about 3,000, so it's not bad. Original dash, I did paint it kind of a wild gold metal flake because I just like the look of that. I'm running a fast dual wideband setup just to help tune the carbs, really. Don't pay much attention to it once it's kind of going, and the carbs work really, really well. Just some cheapy auto gauge because I like the chrome look of it. But otherwise, I did gut the radio in the back, so this is just a faceplate. I welded the buttons so nothing happens, but the knobs still work, but there's nothing behind it because that thing weighed about 10 pounds back there. I'm running a line lock. You can see the wideband sensors come up through the floor right there. Running a line lock, and I'm running the Malwood clutch setup. Really nice hydraulic clutch setup where it's all underneath the dash. The master cylinder's under there, and then the reservoir is out under the hood, so that works super well. This old steering wheel came out of my dad's 55 Chevy in the 60s, so I had to use that. Cool old wheel. So I'll fire this thing up here so you can kind of see. Got an old Sun, original Sun tack. Whoops, we may not make it. Drivetrain when you get up close to it around the side. So anyway, just thought I would kind of show what we ended up with here. It's been a lot of fun. The car has run the best of a 731 at 96 miles an hour and change in the 8th. Probably translates to, I don't know, around 1150, 1140, somewhere in that neighborhood. The goal is to get it into the 10s naturally aspirated on this motor. I think I've got it there if I can just learn to drive it. But anyway, that's the project, kind of the net result of it here, the end result. I've had a lot of fun with it. Drive it a lot, been to the track a lot. I'll throw a couple of clips here of the track for it. But anyway, there you go.